Just waiting for the Saints to emerge now, and here they are, led by matchday mascot Christopher Lyon, and David Lyon comes out. Christopher is David's 5-year-old son. He attends Woodfield Primary School in Wigan. His hobbies are rugby league, both playing and watching. He also enjoys tennis and swimming, and needless to say, his favourite player is David Lyon, his dad, along with Chris Joynt and Shane Cooper. So big day for young Christopher Lyon, coming out with David, his dad, and whether David is honorary captain for the day, we don't know. But as I say, it's Premiership trophy time. Halifax are the opponents. The Saints team for this afternoon: Steve Prescott at full-back, Alan Hunt, David Lyon, Paul Loughlin and Mark Elia, the three-quarters. Tommy Martin, Bobby Gould in the half-back pairing, with Apollo Parolini, Kieran Cunningham and Ian Pickermans in the front row, Chris Joynt, Sonny Nicol and Shane Cooper the back three, Phil Vivers and Vea Matatea on the bench. The Halifax side, a much changed side from the last game. Craig Turner full-back, with John Bentley, John Schuster, Simon Baldwin and Mark Preston, speedy Mark Preston, and we know what damage he does when he plays against the Saints. Michael Hagan and Roy Southernwood the half-back pairing, with John Fieldhouse, Paul Rowley and Gary Devorty in the front row, Paul Moriarty, Michael Jackson and Carl Gillespie the back three, Richard Smith and Martin Kettridge on the bench. The match day referee is Mr. John Holdsworth. There he was, just tossing up there, and it is Shane Cooper that's captain, and match day mascot Christopher Lyon just coming over here to the main stand side, where we're ensconced due to the match being shown this evening on Sky. So welcome to one and all in the sponsors' boxes, the clubhouse and all who are taking our broadcast, and even Barbara in the promotions. We'll give her a mention this afternoon. She usually has a go at me, but Barbara Dickinson in promotions. My name's Ron Hoof, you're with Micron Video. Joining me this afternoon is Donald McCauley from Halifax. Third time in 4 years, Donald, that these two sides have met in the first round of the Premiership, and it's going to be a good tie, isn't it?
Yeah, Ronnie, we're still looking for a win, but having said that, we've been looking for one for the last 30 years. We've just won victory here in that Regal Trophy final over 10 years ago now. And Beavers and Hagan, the only two survivors from that tie. Hagan could be playing his last match for Halifax this afternoon. I think they'll be hoping to go out with a bang though and make it all the way to Old Trafford.
Yes, well, it's up to the Saints to put it together, and the Saints captain Shane Cooper moving out to the 20. Halifax line up. Quick break there, Kieran Cunningham in line for the Man of Steel Young Player of the Year, and Chris Joynt, welcome back to him after quite a few matches he's missed as Chris Joynt. Saints have possession. Apollo Parolini up to the halfway line. Solid tackling there, loose forward, Carl Gillespie, one of the tacklers in. Golding puts it upfield, finds touch, just beats Mark Preston. He scrum down with a Halifax feed, but good tactical kicking in that set of six, and Halifax will have possession and see what they can do with this set of six.
Well, it's to build this game doesn't go the same way as Halifax's last appearance here, when the first 15 minutes there was something like 19 handling errors. I think both clubs will be keen to get the first score on the board, but Halifax won't do it with St Helens moving up quickly like that. But Baldwin comes out of defence well from centre, out to Bentley, but Bentley quickly marked by Loughlin, and assistance from a couple of other Saints defenders. But Halifax looking in the mood. Moriarty, the Halifax Player of the Year. Devorty played the last 6 or 7 games at full-back, back two. He's gone back into the forward. It's still an unaccustomed role at prop. He's normally a loose forward, and Fieldhouse gets it away well. Gillespie out to Baldwin, brought down just inside the St Helens half on the 5th tackle, looking for the kick. That's a wild pass to Gillespie. Well, they're lacking organisation. It's been seen a lot of weeks. I think that's down to the fact that there's no Wayne Parker playing at scrum half on it. But Saints back on the attack again.
Yes, maybe the organisation of Parker there, but that was Halifax there, well unorganised, and a big hit by Alan Hunt, and the turnover, and Saints spread it out. Tommy Martin, well, a low ball from Martin. He knows that was a bad ball. He puts his hands on top of his head. Paul Loughlin and Mark Elia on the outside. Maybe a chance gone a begging. And if Saints showed the same amount of commitment as they did in the last league game, where they was here against Warrington, they ended up with 12 men, with Andy Northey being sent off and consequently banned for 2 matches. A great win, 31-12. But Halifax with different fortunes. They went down at Sheffield, Daddle, and we're all hoping that Sheffield can do the business at Central Park this afternoon.
I think they'll be struggling to do that, but that last match against Sheffield, neither team was going to move the position. It was just a matter of playing out the season. But Halifax with the possession again. Devotee off the short ball. It looked forward. There were plenty of shouts from the Saints supporters behind us. But Devotee won't hang about. Southernwood, signed originally at Halifax as a scrum half 5 years ago, currently on the transfer list. Jackson over halfway. Been in good form as Jackson since he's strung 6 or 7 appearances together and got over the niggling injuries that's plagued him all season. That's a better kick by Hagan. Pressure on the Saints defence. Alan Hunt takes it well. But a good chase by Moriarty. And the tackle right under the skin.
Yes, he took him well there, Darryl, didn't he, Moriarty? But Steve Prescott scampers away. I heard you mention that Moriarty was the Halifax Player of the Year. Bobby Golding has just been voted the St Helens Player of the Year. And Halifax are penned for offside. 4 minutes have elapsed. No score on the board. And Saints with the first penalty. And Bobby Golding finds touch 15 metres inside the Halifax half. Saints will regroup. Halifax get back on side. The referee stopping the game with an extra rugby ball on the ground. Ian Pickavance, first receiver, as Cunningham had restarted play. Saints doing the double over Halifax this season. In fact, Saints got the first win at Halifax after 2 opening defeats against Doncaster and Warrington. Golding varying the play, moving it over to the left, on to Paul Loughlin. Playing well is Loughlin, big rangy lad. And now 15 metres from the Halifax line, Elia comes in. Cunningham attacked in half. Golding varies the play, turns it back to the left. Pickavance, I think that is, it is. It's the last tackle of the sequence. Quick play the ball. The ball's coming back, it's on the last tackle. Halifax have the possession. Saints tried to move it, but Halifax came up with it and they've weathered the storm.
Well, I don't think Saints had anything to lose near the Halifax line on the last tackle. It was just a matter of trying to keep the ball alive. Rowley alert to picking up the loose ball. But Halifax are in their own quarter of the field. And Baldwin's tackled well by Nicol. Moriarty. Well tracked by Cooper and Pickavance. Southernwood looks for the gap. Nobody going to support Roy Southernwood. The 5th tackle, another good set in defence by St Helens. Means that Hagan has to put the kick in. He's found a bit of space and he's also got the roll of the ball to put it into touch. So he's relieved the pressure for Halifax with a 60-metre kick there on it.
Yes, and that's what it's all about, putting it down there, isn't it? And both of these sides today, Darryl, we can say are blow hot and cold. I suppose the only consistent side in the league is the old pie eaters, but at least there's one thing about it, your side has lowered Wigan's colours. 18-16 I think the final score was, wasn't it? But the scoreline certainly flattered Wigan, because they only come late in the last couple of minutes. Well, that's a knock on by Halifax. Baldwin knocks it on. Got to play to the referee's whistle. Baldwin was away. Paul Loughlin tried to get it away and Baldwin knocked it down. A let off there for the Saints, but also it could have been a let off for Halifax. If the ball would have gone clear, maybe we would have seen Alan Hunt scooting up this wing. But it's a scrum down with the Saints feed. Bobby Golding will feed it. Still no score. Nearly 7 minutes of play. Blindside ploy, Cooper, Golding, inside to Hunt. Hunt up the wing. He pins his ears back just as his ankle's tapped by Carl Gillespie. And Saints now going to move it left. Along the line there, Tommy Martin. He straightens up. Solid tackling as Halifax move in. Devotee, one of the tacklers there, certainly looked like a flopper, as they call it, and Devotee's going to be brought out. Yes, flopping is the indication. Michael Jackson, one of the tacklers in there, but I think Devotee did come in a little late there, Darryl.
I think that were a bit silly, Ronnie. Hunt were brought down well by Gillespie. He threw himself at him, but then to give the penalty away, put St Helens on the advantage. He just a little bit unprofessional by Gary Devorty. I think he was just trying to slow the play down, but he's paid the price for it.
Yes, he has, and let's hope Saints can capitalise and put that penalty into points. Sonny Nicol for the line, straight in front. Oh, but 3 Halifax tacklers come round, halt his progress. Cunningham attacked in half. Halifax move up exceptionally quickly. On to Cooper, he gets the ball away. Golding gives the dummy, drives it out. Mark Healy comes in field. Mark Healy, a player that had a spell with Halifax, wasn't it, Darryl? Apollo Perolini. Saints again in possession, moving it right. Chip through for Alan Hunt. The ball's loose and it's a touchdown. Tommy Martin comes up with a 4-pointer. 8 minutes gone. The ball chipped through there. Martin wins the touchdown. Saints on the board. The little chip kick through. Oh, beg your pardon. I thought the try was given. I'm going to say I thought Alan Hunt was offside before Martin touched down. But the penalty's been given, Darryl. Getting carried away there.
Well, I don't know what happened there. There was a bit of scramble behind the line. Preston missed it. But perhaps it was for offside. I didn't see the signal. But Halifax already back up to halfway with Rowley. And you might remember his debut try here, Ronnie, when he came on and scored from 30 metres out, straight from the scrum. Gillespie, well taken out of the air by Jackson, one-handed, and gets over halfway, or just up to halfway. Sutherwood from acting half. He's looking for support, but there's nobody going with him. That's the second occasion. 5th tackle, it's back to Hagan again for the kick. Deep kick this time. Prescott and Hunt, the ball bouncing away from Alan Hunt. It's going towards the touchline. Well, Alan Hunt left that one to roll a long way there, Ronnie.
He certainly did, Darryl. It was an awkward ball, and he just made sure that, obviously it was on his way to touch, that he didn't make ash of it. And Saints will have the possession. But good tactical kicking there by Halifax at the end, as it worked out, and they came back from their own, getting a penalty award on their own try line, and to coming down within 10-15 metres of the Saints line. Cooper on to David Lyon, moving the ball out wide. Mark Healy coming through. Lyon has to take the tackle. Chris Joint, he's straightened it up, but solid tackling by both teams in this first 10 minutes. Pickavance and Perolini in at props with Adam Fogarty, John Neal out injured. Now it's Tommy Martin into space, looking for support. He drives again, does Martin. He tries to kick it. Halifax have possession, do they? No, it's come back to Saints. The tackle counts, wave clean. Cunningham on to Cooper. He changes direction. Lofted ball to Perolini. He tries to shrug the tacklers off. Well, I thought Martin had blundered there, but it was chipped through. Touched the Halifax player, came back. Saints on the charge and putting the pressure on the thrum haulers. Pickavance there going short. Golding. Cut out ball to David Lyon. Is the try going to be given this time? The referee's there. Lyon touches it down behind the sticks. And Saints are in this time for the opening score. David Lyon with the opening try. His 8th of the season. And his son Christopher Lyon, his matchday mascot, and no doubt young Christopher will be shouting for his dad there. But Bobby Golding got hold of that ball, brought it over to the right, Darryl. Maybe a suspicion of a forward pass, do you think? It's a bit awkward from our angle here, but the try's been awarded.
I don't think it was forward. One of the Halifax backs tried to get their hands on it and pulled it away for fear of knocking it on and giving Saints the 6 tackles. Devorty tried, but it was too late. So much they tried that they gave away. And Golding's turned the 4 into 6 from right under the post. But I think that's all from that lucky deflection that Martin got back off when he tried to kick through for Golding to chase.
Yes, you're right there, Darryl. A little bit of fortune, and As far as I'm concerned, Donald, I hope we get all the rub of the green this afternoon, my friend.
We get it every time we're here.
So Halifax to restart. Try scorer Lyon, who's he's been out injured as well. David Lyon had a hamstring problem. But in with Paul Loughlin. And obviously, as I've said before, the competition for places with Scott Gibbs and Andy Northey. Northey suspended for 2 matches for a tackle which was hard, but in my opinion it was round the chest, very high up on the shoulders like, but he certainly hooked Bateman. But from our angle here it looked alright, but he ended up getting 2 matches. Saints trying to spread it. Sonny Nicol, he straightens up. Gillespie, he pushes Gillespie off, he pushes Fieldhouse off, he releases the ball to Prescott. Prescott turns in the tackle. Well, that looked a little bit naughty. Moriarty and Gillespie. And the referee right on the job. And he's penalised. Well, he's going to have a word with Moriarty, is he? For an alleged spear-type tackle. Certainly went down. The penalty's been awarded. Maybe it looked a lot worse than it actually was, Darryl.
I think just the way he went over in the tackle, Ronnie.
But anyway, Saints have the penalty again. Let's see if they can get over the whitewash with this set of 6. Bobby Golding taps it. Sonny Nicol runs on the blind side. Hunt, Golding along the line again. Cooper out to Joint. Joint sidesteps, but super tackling by Halifax. Right in on the job, Hagan and Southernwood. Now it's to Pickavance. Tireless worker in the Saints pack. Well, in anywhere in the Saints team is Pickavance. But Saints again, putting it crossfield, awkward ball, tidied up by Steve Prescott. But Saints lose ground. Halifax urged to get back on side by referee Holdsworth. Now it's with Nicol. Halifax penalised. John Fieldhouse. Has he been accused of taking the man not in possession, Darryl?
Well, I didn't see anything wrong with that. I mean, it's just getting a bit silly now. He's given the high tackle. It must have been an attempted one because he certainly never made contact. But I think it's just harsh on John Fieldhouse.
Well, Darryl's in a better position to see than I am just at present. We have a whacking great pillar here just to the right of my viewing point in the main stand, in the director's box. But Saints have been awarded the penalty. Golding looking to tag the extras and give Saints an 8-point cushion. 20 metres out. And he floats it in, lovely. Gets his 2nd goal of the afternoon and his 144th goal of the season. So another talking point there, Darryl, with Fieldhouse being penalised. Obviously it's 2 points for the Saints and it could be crucial at the end of the game, who knows. But Halifax will restart. Lyon again in fielding position. Runs it crossfield. And Southernwood and Hagan combined, they move in. As you said before, Hagan and Beavers, both Aussie veterans. And he's been second spell, Hagan, isn't it, at Halifax, Darryl? We remember him well in the about 84-85 season when Halifax was about 13 Aussies in the side.
I'm far on suspense.
But it's Golding now for the Saints. Little chip through for Tommy Martin to chase. Martin's offside. Referee Holdsworth ruled him offside. He stopped there, he held it, and Golding comes in with the tackle, but Halifax are back in possession.
I think Halifax are taking a long time to settle because they've not had that much possession. Jackson running on strongly over halfway, but Halifax are finding it hard in the opening quarter to get down into that Saints quarter of the field. John Fieldhouse slips one out the back door to Rowley, but he's trapped by Martin. and Halifax struggling to make ground. Southernwood, this time somebody with him. Hagan, the short ball to Moriarty. But Halifax are still stuck 5 or 6 metres inside the Saints half on the 5th tackle. Back to Southernwood, one in the air. Going forward to put them onside. There's a bit of hesitation by Elia. Prescott lets it run dead. Well, that's twice now that Saints have let the ball bounce from the kick. Alan Hunt did it earlier, but Mark Ely seemed to make no attempt to go for that one, Ronnie.
Yes, did we have a misunderstanding there? Who called for it, and the Saints left it. As luck would have it, it rolled into touch. Scrum down. Saints head and ball. But a favourable bounce to Halifax. And they could have been on the board there. Just short of the 20. Saints in possession, in the lead by 8 points to 0. 18 minutes of the first half gone. And Cooper powering his way upfield. Saints captain and leader. And we hear it on the grapevine that Shane Cooper will be leaving Nosey Road at the end of the season. I don't know whether that's correct or not. But he's been a great servant here as Shane Cooper. He gets through some graft, he gets his unfair share of criticism. But when you watch it again, he's a real grafter. Kieran Cunningham attacked in half. Ian Peckervan's taking a knock, gets up gingerly. Golding stands back, puts it downfield. Mark Preston, a dangerous wingman, has the possession, and 2 dangerous wingmen, and they always seem to play well against us, Darryl.
Well, Preston does. I remember he scored them 2 glorious length of the field tries last season. I think Goulding might be kicking towards him this afternoon, seeing him as possible weakness. Roll it to Hagan, but that one bouncing off Hagan's face. You should always keep your eye on the ball, but I don't think Hagan were expecting that one. Rowley fired it out like a bullet, and Halifax are going to lose the possession and put Saints on the advantage again.
Yes, just one of those bullet passes, as you said, very awkward to take. Via Matatea has come on as a substitute for Ian Pickervance, and Matatea, even though he's only played a few games, a big favourite here at Nosey Road. Steve Prescott bringing the ball over to the right, over to the main stand side. Alan Hunt attacked in half. A little bit of mauling at the play of the ball. Golding giving the dummy, using Shane Cooper as the foil. Slips it out to Chris Joint. And Ian Pickervance being led off. Matatea there, he plays it. Cunningham, Golding, Parolini. Centre field, 15 metres out. The big Western Samoan down in possession. Saints move it right. Golding has possession, he chips it through. Well, Preston knocked it forward. Alan Hunt came through, putting pressure on Mark Preston. He fumbled the ball. The scrum down to be formed. 10 metres in and 10 metres from the Halifax line. Bobby Golding will feed possession. And as Darryl said, it's taking Halifax a hell of a lot of time to settle. But Saints there, they've got to try and capitalise on it. To Steve Prescott, powers his way upfield. Tommy Martin brought him in on a lovely short ball. Cunningham moves it left. Martin throws the dummy, slips it out. Chris Joint couldn't take it, the ball's loose. It'll be a knock on by the Saints. A scrum down, head and feet to Halifax. But they've weathered the storm, they're going to get possession. Mark Preston there, hustled a bit, Darryl, and as it doesn't matter really now, because you're going to end up with scrum possession.
Well, as I've just said, it looks like Golding may be kicking to Preston, perhaps seeing his defensive abilities as a weakness, and it proved it there with him knocking on under pressure. Southernwood doing well, trying to wrestle out of the tackle. Bentley just the ankle tap from Martin, and Matatea making sure the ball didn't go away. Fieldhouse off the short ball, looking for a big game. Fieldhouse against one of his former clubs. He got sent it off here in the league fixture earlier in the season when Halifax lost out to that last second try when they were down to 12 men. They pulled themselves back off the floor. They're going to have to do it again this afternoon. Southernwood looks to open it out. Hagan with a kick for Bentley to chase. Martin picks it out of the air, and it's a good job Turner was quick to get to that one. But Saints have the possession again.
Yes, the idea was right from Halifax, but Martin took it well in the breadbasket, picked it up, scampered away, but the cover defence was quickly back, and Saints are back on the attack. Nickel on the short side. Runs hard at Baldwin. Well, a lot of jiggery pokery at the play of the ball. Saints come up with another set of 6. Lyon moving it cross field. Golding spread it quickly to Chris Joint. He straightens up. He's 23, 24 metres out. Matatia now. One of a pair of big Western Samoans we have. Well taken by Cunningham under pressure. But Saints penalised. Yeah. Don't often see that, Donald. It's usually the defending side that's penalised for not standing square, but there you go.
Well, he do, but that's the signal he gave. I would have thought if you're in attacking position, it didn't really matter where you stand to pick the ball up at the back of the acting half. But Halifax's first penalty of the game, they're still in their own half. Jackson drives it forward, he's finding it tough going through the good defence of St Helens. Devote. 2 tries in a Premiership match a couple of seasons ago here, Devote, when Halifax lost 25-14. Southernwood again looking for runners. Moriarty takes it up, unloads to Turner, who's joined up into the line from full-back, turns it back inside to field out. But another mistake by Halifax, and they give possession away again.
Well, we're on about that Matatia where he plays the ball, and if he's penalised Cunningham for not being lining up. I don't know whether you saw the Aussie rugby at the weekend, and there was a case there where the ball was knocked to the side because the acting halfback was late coming up, and the commentator said it was all right, you can play forward, backwards, sideways or whatever. Let's see what Mr McCallum makes of that. Prescott powering through. Can Preston catch him? No way he can. Steve Prescott, the blistering pace, over 65 metres, and scores his 19th try of the season. Yes, Steve Prescott has come from strength to strength because Preston turned him inside out, didn't he, on a couple of occasions. As Bobby Golding pops his 3rd of the afternoon and extends the Saints lead to 14 points to 0. Golding's 145th goal of the season. But yes, always pleasurable there when you outpace a speed merchant. But they've not really got into the swing, Darrell, have they, Halifax? Just whether they're not in the right frame of mind or what, I don't know. But David Lyon takes the ball again from the kick-off. He's been in that position on numerous occasions. The ball slipped out to Sonny Nickel. And as I said before, if Saints showed the same commitment, which they are doing, when they played Warrington and they had to play for 50 odd minutes with 12 players, we can't grumble, can we? Matatia drives in, pushes off Southernwood. Halifax forwards coming again. Chris Joint, the ball knocked down by the Halifax player. Well, it's all on. The referee's waved all on, then he comes in, and I know Martin may have been in an offside position, but a little bit of a mix-up there. Halifax will have scrum possession.
Well, I don't know what the Saints supporters are going out there. I'd have said Tommy Martin were a mile offside as Bentley went for that ball. He's now come inside, but do seem to be lacking ideas of Halifax. Southernwood's trying hard. Schuster's first run with the ball takes him to halfway. Lyon wraps him up, playing the custom role of centre, normally a full back, but Prescott's form keeping Lyon out of that position. And And Gillespie's racked to the ground by Matuatia. Devote drives forward. Southernwood, Hagan brings Jackson back on the inside. Jackson through one. Trying to wrestle out of the grip of Perolini, can't get away. The 5th tackle. I think this is the nearest Halifax have actually been to the St Helens line with the ball. Hagan's kick up in the air. Everybody on side. Prescott underneath it. Moriarty chasing again. Does well to bring Prescott down, but Halifax have got to try and contain Saints in their own quarter of the field.
Well, he was a hell of a tackle there by Moriarty on Steve Prescott. He certainly hurt him. He came in with a purpose. But Halifax again trying to push Saints off the game. Fieldhouse involved there with Devote, trying to push the Saints back in the in-goal area. Cunningham coming through and taking what I would consider was a high tackle off John Fieldhouse. But Saints now got to spread it out. Last tackle of this sequence. Split the balls with Golding. Golding elected to run it. Chips it through there. Bounces in the field of play. But Paul Locken was coming through, hoping to take it.
Halifax with 6, 10 minutes to go, looking to get the first score on the board and pull themselves back into this game at 16 points down. And Bentley, the Halifax captain, trying to drive forward. Fieldhouse off the short ball. Not really running at any pace, John Fieldhouse. And the result there, bundled to the ground by Joint and Matuatia. Short ball from Hagan to Gillespie. Rowley from acting half. Rowley slowing down, he's looking for support, but there's nobody getting there. But Halifax are getting near the Saints line. Can they turn it into points? Hagan, long ball out to Schuster. Schuster cuts inside, a little shimmy, 1-2, pushes away Prescott. Schuster brought Halifax back into the league game here earlier in the year, and that was a touch of class from the Western Samoan centre to put Halifax's first points on the board and cut the lead to 16 points to 4. Well, Ronnie, Prescott's were class. Sorry, 14-4. Well, Prescott's were class, and it's taken Halifax a long time to get their act together, but that was a super try by John Schuster.
It certainly was, Darrell, and where's he been for the first half hour? He's just not injected himself at all. We know what a class player he is. We know he works well with John Bentley. He also works well when he comes on the opposite side with Mark Preston. But he's a class footballer. Lots of talking points there. Is he going to be a Halifax player next season? Has he signed for Salford? Do we know?
Well, I was talking to one of the directors before the game. He signed a 2.5-year contract with Halifax. His future lies with the Thrum-Hallers. You can't afford to let a man like that go. And I wouldn't really consider going from Halifax to Salford one of the best career moves, would you, Ronnie? Look at Sam Panaper. Having to make his own openings at Salford, they don't come as easy as they did at Wigan.
No, they don't, but not many once they've left Wigan make as much impact as whether they're all together as a unit, the Central Park mob, do they? But Schuster, they're just going to take the kick. It fell off the mound of sand, but he's certainly injected that little bit of spark that Halifax needed, Darrell, and he should add the 2 points here, and let's see if it gives Halifax that impetus, that little bit of a G up, the kick up the bum that they needed.
Well, they came back with 12 men earlier in the season. Schuster's added 2 to his 4 to cut it to 14 points to 6. And despite all the possession St Helens have had, Halifax only 8 points behind, and still plenty of time to go in this game. Golding, the craftsman for St Helens, opening up the Halifax defence, but not a lot to show for it, despite that massive percentage of possession. Baldwin playing at centre. He played against Twiggamala twice in that position. He's normally a loose forward. Moriarty into Sonny Nicol. Moriarty also been talked about in the papers this morning as a possible target for Warrington. He's tied up to Halifax for another 2 years. Devote makes some hard yards up the middle. Fieldhouse, now he's going at full speed, shoulders one off. Good run by John Fieldhouse. Halifax suddenly putting a bit of urgency into the attacks. Rowley trying to step inside, takes it over halfway, the 5th tackle. Look for Hagan with a kick again. It's Lyon that's dropped to full back. Lyon content to let it run dead, but suddenly Halifax look to be swinging 1 or 2 passes together and making the yards up the middle, Ronnie.
Yes, they are, and as far as you were concerned, it's not before time. They've been lacking in the first half hour, but Schuster sparked them off. Mark Elia breaks through. Well taken by Jackson in the end. Steve Prescott's off, Beavers is on. Lyon gone to full back, as you said. Beavers slipped into the centre. Halifax penalised. Saints take it quickly. Cunningham drives away, slips it to Beavers. Beavers straightens it up. 30 metres from the Halifax line. Saints with another 5 to make it count. Perolini sidesteps through. He's brought down short of the 20. The ball, has it been reaped out? It's been knocked forward. Well, he's saying the elbows were on the ground and then the ball was lost. You interpret that how you may, but it's going to be a scrum down with Halifax head and feed.
Hagan looks for the gap up the middle. I think going back to them signals, it looks like one of the old music hall acts from the good old days under the chestnut tree. And but he made his mind up on a scrum eventually, and Halifax looking to move it quickly. Hagan, dummies brought down, St Helens are caught offside. Well, the penalty's 5-2, that's only Halifax's second. And Bentley catches a bit of the wind behind the kick and puts it into touch 20 metres out from the Saints line. And with 5 minutes to go in the first half, Halifax could well do with another score to cut the lead again. Fieldhouse. Jackson running with aggression towards the post. Saints scrambling defence. Nicol, it was that time with Perolini right under the Saint post. Southernwood looking to put the move on. But Shane Cooper moving up quickly on Paul Rowley. Southernwood from acting half to Devorty. Goulding gets in the way. Well, it came close there, did Halifax again, Ronnie. But Halifax looking more competitive for the last 5 minutes.
Well, they are there. I know that ball went to Bobby Goulding. I didn't know whether it had bounced off Sonny Nicol and then went to Bobby Goulding. I thought it may have been an offside. But obviously cries from the Saints faithful to get Halifax onside, especially after Saints just being penalised. A little bit of tit for tat. But Saints are getting out of the danger zone. They're moving upfield. It's the last tackle of this set of 6. And Cunningham scampering away. He puts the ball back. Devorty has it. Halifax would have had it for the turnover, and Perolini comes in with what looked a little high tackle, but Halifax are pressing.
Hagan's kick for the corner, Preston with a chase. Who's got there first? Baldwin threw himself at it. Well, it was a Saints hand that's got there. I don't know whose hand it was, but he was quick to get back. Baldwin, of course, being a forward, he's not the fastest man on the field. I thought Preston might have got to it, perhaps rolled away from him. Well, in fact, it looked as though Baldwin may have got to it and pushed it dead, as St Helens get the tap on the 20.
Yes, it must have been Halifax hand that's knocked it dead. Saints restart with a tap. And with 3 minutes to go, well, Saints lose possession there. Reaping out is the indication. Hagan there remonstrating with referee Holdsworth, but he won't get any joy.
I think that was an attempted pass, Ronnie, and I think Halifax have been hard done by.
A lot of the times this thing happens, Darryl, doesn't it? You know, you go for a pass, it's knocked down, and then it's adjudged sometimes. Very grey area, you think?
Well, it's referee's interpretation. It's on every decision. Greg McCallum's clarified decisions, but referees are still having their own interpretations about them, I think.
Yes, you're right there, but Saints have the possession. Sonny Nicol, he straightens it up, he backs into the defence, he gets up, he drives again. Is he over? He's short, he's just short. He gets up now and kicks it forward. It comes back. Halifax player must have been offside there as he gathers the ball. And Saints very fortunate there. Cooper out to Vivas. He putters forward, head down, drives forward. Cunningham, Cooper looking for support. He rounds his man. He loses 5 or 6 metres. Halifax are pressing up quickly. Can Saints get a score before half time? Golding out to Loughlin, out to Elia. Elia's in at the corner. The referee points to the spot. The in-goal touch judge is over there. He says the try is right. And Mark Elia goes in for his 8th try of the season. And maybe the Saints, Darrell, a little fortunate there, but they spread it well in the end. But a little bit of indecision there. The Halifax man, I think, was offside when Nicol kicked it through, but Saints just getting the look.
Well, I think that Nicol actually got up off the floor to continue. Hagan had put him down. And again, referee, his own interpretation, but I think most would have said that Nicol's been tackled and he's got up and played the ball. I don't disagree with Halifax being offside. And Saints doing well, they did well to move the ball out. Elia came onto it like an express train, but I don't think they should have been in that position.
What a goal from Bobby Golding as the half-time hooter goes, and a great goal by Bobby Golding. Gives the Saints another 6 points and makes it 20 points to 6 at half-time. Certainly an entertaining first half. It took half an hour for Halifax to get into the swing, Darrell. When they came back, they looked very sharp. But Saints answered back there with a try, even though, as you might consider as a Halifax spectator, it was a little controversial.
Well, it makes it harder to swallow. It's right on half-time. It's put Saints' lead to 14 points. If Halifax could have just held out while half-time, it's the gap would have only been, well, a lot less than it is now. And perhaps they could have come back, but Steve Sims is going to have 1 or 2 words with the Halifax players, and hopefully they're going to start playing right from the off at the second half, Ronnie.
Yes, let's hope they are for your cause, but at half-time the score here at Nosey Road is St Helens 20, Halifax 6. Back with you now for the second half of this first round Premiership tie. Halifax with 6 points, St Helens with 20. Saints just scoring right on the half-time hooter. Richard Smith on at half-time for Halifax in place of Southernwood. And if I can give a mention to Irene, one of my favourite Scousers, who presented me with a few clipboards, because mine was a little bit tatty. But Saints kick off Halifax. Richard Smith makes a hash of it, and Saints back in a commanding lead. Well, they're in a commanding lead and on the attack. The ball spread out. Chris Joint again pushes off the Halifax defence. Schuster coming in, but Halifax penalised for offside, and tempers getting a little frayed. Chris Joint walking in. The touch judge was quickly in. And it's Joint and, well, it's Bentley that's sparring up. So Captain Hagan there and John Bentley being brought to him, but Bentley being accused of going in with a short punch. I certainly didn't see anything there, Darrell, but the early seconds are really started off well.
Well, it has for you, Ronnie. But as if it's not bad enough to give the ball back to the opposition from the kick-off, Bentley's now given Golding the chance to put another 2 points on the board. And it looks, the sun's coming out now, it's going to be glorious for the second half, and it's certainly shining on St Helens at the moment.
Yes, and so it should. And Halifax will have the sun in their eyes for the second half, and no doubt Golding, Cooper and co will put the ball up high and test them. But the goal kick going wide there, so a chance for Bobby Golding for his 5th goal, just going a miss. Halifax will be forced to drop out from the 20. Saints will regain the possession. That's unless Halifax do come in. Is that Moriarty? Well, a bit of a flapper there, taken well by Cooper. Matatea coming in and drives in, and Fieldhouse getting very involved there against some of his former teammates. Perolini now in possession. Saints in the lead, 20 points to 6. 3 tries to 1 in the first period. Joint, short ball, floated ball for Nickel coming through, but well marshalled. Good tackling there. The hooker, Rowley in at the tackle. And Saints on the Halifax 20. Well, an awkward, not a mistake, not awkward, a mistake there to play the ball, and Halifax have possession, Darryl.
Well, it doesn't matter how you get it, Ronnie. They've managed. They're still in their own half yet again. Smith trying to make up for the mistake. Cooper and Martin combining to drive him back a bit. Gorty steps inside. Good tackle again by Martin. Fieldhouse off the short ball. Slips it to Rowley. Rowley to Hagan. Halifax looking to find the gaps. Schuster. They've not given him as much room this time, and Halifax haven't made as much yardage as they'd like with 5 tackles. Southernwood, Turner, no option but to put the kick away. To Elia. Well, he's getting on a bit in years, is Elia. Played in the defeat by Halifax in the Challenge Cup final some years ago, but he's still got plenty of pace.
Yes, he's only a youngster, he's only 30 odd, 31 or so. But he's playing well. You can't fault his commitment in his 2nd spell here at Knowsley Road. Cooper, Golding, working the loop, onto Joint, looks for support. Well, the ball loose there, Cunningham and Golding spill it, and now it's with Bentley.
Bentley's going to outpace Martin. Well, he thought it was a brilliant tackle by Martin. Bentley allowed to get up and try again towards that line. But can Halifax catch St Helens coming back? There's plenty of men on that far side. If they can move it out, Gillespie opts for the dummy in the running side. It's a good tackle that brings him down. It gives Saints a chance to realign in defence. Jackson can't force his way through the tacklers. Well, that should have been a try. It was a superb tackle by Martin. Moriarty from short range. Smothered by the Saints defence, 8 or 9 metres out. Hagan throwing the dummy. He's got Bentley into some space. Bentley comes back inside, still going. Away to Turner. Turner pointing the instructions, chips it over the top, the signal to run. Nobody has done, but Alan Hunt's put it dead. Well, Bentley's one of the fastest wingers in the league, and Tommy Martin brought off a superb tackle. Reminiscent of one in the first half. I can't remember who was involved. Gillespie, I think, on Alan Hunt. But Bentley should have had the try there.
It was a try-saving tackle, there's no danger about that, Darryl. He just tapped his ankles, otherwise he would have been over with the whitewash. But they broke quickly. Saints were mixed up. Golding and Cunningham didn't know who was going to get the ball. In the end, Halifax came up with it, and it was nearly a 4-pointer. They're back in possession, and they've got another set of 6 to try and get further points on the board.
Turner, good dummy. And Moriarty screaming. Turner still going, nobody tackling. He's allowed to get the pass away to Gillespie. Halifax trying to set up the attack again. Devote running on strongly to the short ball, making 12 metres. Heading towards those Saints posts. Turner, who's moved to the scrum half position. Halifax trying to put the move on. Baldwin being forced backwards, gets it to Gillespie. Gillespie goes forward, takes it back to within 7 or 8 metres. Fieldhouse to Hagan. Meet the cut out pass to Jackson. Golding spotted it well, but Jackson did equally well to get out of the tackle. Golding gets back just to help Joint to stop Jackson. Rowley from acting half on the 5th tackle goes towards the dead ball. Almost running over the The inline field judge there, he's patting the back of his hand. It looks as though Saints knocked it over. So now perhaps Halifax can sustain some pressure on that Saints line. The in-goal touch judges being used experimentally in the Premiership, as they were at Wembley last week. Jackson waits on halfway, but the bounce takes it back to Smith. Richard Smith going forward, takes it back over halfway, where he's met by Martin and Perolini. Jackson off the short ball, throws the dummy. Looks like a dwarf, does Michael Jackson, against some of these bigger forwards. Fieldhouse charges forward, Matuatia. Well, that went over the top, but Halifax kept it alive with Mark Preston. Preston's trying to find a gap, but there's no way through. The quick play, Hagan brings Bentley back on the inside, but it's a good tackle again by Martin on Bentley. Devorti opts for the inside run, Tommy Martin there again. Fifth tackle, Halifax a long way out from the Saints line. Hagan to Preston. Preston has no option to kick, but that one, any further, it's going to disappear over the stand and into the car park. Panic play by Halifax.
Unfortunately it was at the end, Darrell, but that was a sustained set of 18 tackles on the Saints line. The Saints did weather the storm. They're now back in possession. They're still in the lead by 20 points to 6. No addition to the half-time score. And we've had 8 minutes of the second period played. I would imagine Eric Hughes will no doubt said tighten up on Schuster when he gets possession, because we know what he did on the half hour. It did give Halifax a little burst there. They got stuck in for about 7 or 8 minutes. But Saints were fortunate to get a try right at the death of the first half, and as we were discussing at half time, maybe that could have been the killer punch for Halifax at 20 points to 6. The ball's lost there. He didn't play it. He got up to play it, did Kieran Cunningham. He lost control of it. The referee did see it, and it's a scrum down with the Halifax head and feed. Correct decision there, Darrell.
I think Cunningham was complaining to John Holsworth about something, but obviously took his mind off holding the ball and just put it down. Hagan looking for the space from the back of the scrum, met by opposite number Martin. Now Schuster against Cooper. Close attention again for John Schuster from Loughlin and Cooper. Turner to Jackson. Jackson unable again to find a way through against the bigger St Helens forwards. Devorti to Fieldhouse, gets it away to Moriarty. That's a superb ball. Moriarty has a long way to go. He goes straight into Goulding. They were former teammates at Widnes. Goulding kept hold of him. But a good pass by John Fieldhouse. Not often you see Fieldhouse throwing out the passes like that. Smith up from fullback with Joint and Cooper bringing him down 18 metres out from the St Helens line, the last tackle. Schuster puts the chip through, the chase is on. St Helens managed to scramble it dead. Well, Schuster, a more accomplished kicker, putting the pressure on the Saints line that time, Ronnie.
I think he got a deflection off a Saints player, and then David Lyon was just obviously taken off guard. But he's there again, close to the line. He's really dangerous, isn't he, Darrell?
Well, he is, but Smith's having a nightmare since he came on, missing that one. Now tries to drive it back up towards the halfway line, but it's number 6, Tommy Martin. He's impressed me this afternoon with his defensive work as the St Helens standoff. Bentley trying to set the captain's example, gets to halfway. Rowley from acting half. Eric Hughes will know the danger of Paul Rowley. Very exciting young hooker. Hagan, Jackson running off the short ball. But Martin's there again with Chris Joint. Fieldhouse gets it to Bentley. Bentley looking for options. Hagan out to Jackson. Jackson turns up on the wing, gets it back inside to Hagan. Halifax keep it alive. Bentley again looking for support there with Devorty. Devorty finally all down 10 metres out in front of the Saints post. The fifth tackle again, looking for the quick play. Bentley, Halifax stacking numbers on that far side. That's a little tip there from Michael Hagan. Well, I said in the first half, Simon Baldwin didn't have much pace, but he had to pace to get onto the end of that kick from Hagan. Superb little tip through from Michael Hagan. And Halifax needed to score first in the second half. It's cut the lead to 20 points to 10. Baldwin got the try, but you've got to praise Michael Hagan for that little kick through there.
Full marks for persistence, Darryl. I mean, he controls it midfield, doesn't he, Hagan? There's no danger about that. He's no spring chicken, is he? But he does the business.
Goulding with the restart, look, just happy to put it into space. It's bouncing awkwardly. Jackson picks it up. Out of defence into Chris Joynt. Gillespie driving forward but loses it. And that could be a costly mistake for Halifax.
Well, there again, Darryl, as you say, in the tackle there and the ball came out. Whether it should have been a penalty or not, we don't know, but it's not. He's allowed play to go on. Saints have the possession. Saints have got to get on the board now. They've got to get further points on the board. And Phil Beavers has gone off and Steve Prescott has come back on. But in the Halifax 20, the pressing. A 10-point cushion, they lead by 20 points to 10. Now with Sonny Nicol. Drives it forward, still power in those big legs. Saints can spread it out now, get Via Matete coming through on a short ball. Goulding, short ball there. Martin out to the tackle, can he touch down? It's the last one of the sequence. John Holdsworth puts his arm up in the air, Goulding chips it through. Is it all on? Prescott's in for the try. He's given offside. Now whether it was, it touched Halifax player, it came back and maybe it should have been all on, but there's an injured player. A lot of concern in the camp. Is it Sonny Nicol? Well, oh no, it's a Halifax player that's injured there. I know Sonny Nicol's down. But it's going to be a penalty to Halifax. Is it Devorty that's taking the knock? It looks as though, is it a blood bin? Yes, it's a blood bin substitution there. As Devorty going up for treatment, Darryl.
Well, I think that might be the last of Gary Devorty. He's heading straight for the dressing rooms. Well, he was. It's looks like maybe a dislocation. Halifax have another ready-made forward or a ready-made prop forward in Martin Kettridge. There's not much ground made with a kick for touch, but it has got in. Bentley drives forward. Up towards the 20-metre line. Looking for the quick play. Fieldhouse running onto the short ball. But gets no change out of Tommy Martin. Loughlin doing a bit of flopping after the tackle had been made. Jackson in midfield. Still not finding a way through Perolini. Rowley from acting half. Joynt brings him down. Rowley makes an important 11 to 12 metres away from the Halifax post. Turner with Fieldhouse running on the short side, puts it up for Schuster. Schuster with the shimmy and the pace over halfway. Schuster still trying to force his way out of the tackle. Fifth tackle, Hagan. Kick back towards Prescott. It's bouncing awkwardly. Prescott behind his own line. Gillespie and Preston are up there quickly. They've taken him back over. Good chasing of the kick. It's Hagan again. Hagan's kicking has been masterful this afternoon. His high kicks in the first half, the kick for Baldwin's try, and all credit to the chasers, Gillespie and Preston, for getting Prescott behind his own line.
Yes, good power play, good pressure play, but John Fieldhouse there, he's, for me, this afternoon, he's been your best forward. I think he's driving forward, he's laying off some lovely balls, and that position put through there by good astute handling from Fieldhouse that put people in open positions. But Halifax have the ball back. Saints had to drop out from between the sticks, and Bentley's running through at pace.
Well, you wonder sometimes how John Fieldhouse keeps going. He's been at the top now for a long time, since he started his career at Widnes. Of course, it's against one of his former clubs, so you always raise your game a little bit, I think. But John Fieldhouse, I think he's only missed 2 games this season. And Moriarty does well to get it out of the tackle. Now there's a chance for Egan's, for once, taking the wrong option. Coming back inside, he's just been tugged a bit by Perolini. Turner, the kick again. Well, Saints have managed to pick it out of the air this time. Perhaps Turner not the best kicker. And Alan Hunt, I think that's only his second run of the game with the ball, Rob.
Yeah, he's not had a lot of handling chances. I think it was David Lyon that picked that one out of the air, Darrell. And these astute kicks by Halifax have been paying dividends. Matatea up to Elia. He's got Richard Smith with him. He breaks out of the tackle. Support from Prescott. Prescott takes it well. Oh, Prescott does well there. Halifax looked as though they had him bottled up. But Prescott finishes in style. Steve Prescott finishes in style, and Saints needed that, didn't they? They've been put on the rack in this second half by a rampant Halifax side. They must have had the lion's share of the possession, but it was Big Via Matatea that broke through the Halifax defence there, slipped a lovely ball out to the supporting Elia. He broke through one tackle at least, then got out to the next one, drove forward, slipped the ball to Steve Prescott. Halifax were there, they had him covered, but he managed to sidestep inside and beat the cover defence. We wouldn't score that, but in the end it was Prescott that went over. But as you mentioned before, Mark Healy there doing the business, even though, as you consider, he may be in the veteran stages.
Well, if Peter Fox sees him playing like that and knows how old he is, he'll have him at Bradford next season.
Deadline, maybe a few ums and ahs going round, as they said, Mark Healy is back, but let's face it, he's been doing the business. Saints in the lead at 26 points to 10 halfway through this second half. An ideal time, well, every time's an ideal time to score, isn't it? But it's certainly a score that the Saints needed, as Halifax must have had the lion's share of possession. Matatea releasing it. David Lyon has it now. He straightens up, he's looking for support. Golding's there. Golding on a diagonal run. Alan Hunt's with him. Golding gives the dummy. He's still driving for the corner. Support inside. Hunt takes it now. And Hunt finishes off under the sticks. A superb effort. Limited chances for Alan Hunt, the Saints' leading try scorer this season, but he finished off there, gets his 28th try of the season. But little Golding took charge, took it over to the popular side, used Alan Hunt as the foil, took him over there. Hunt came on the inside. Golding drove again. Halifax couldn't contain him. The lofted pass over Darrell, taken by Alan Hunt. Maybe from this angle, but it certainly looked forward to me, the final pass. But the referee was right on the job. And the tries awarded. It's two superb team tries in the space of 2 minutes. Golding pops his 6th of the afternoon over. And Saints in a commanding lead once again at 32 points to 10. And Alan Hunt getting the cheers, as you said, Darrell. You just mentioned of his limited touches. And then he was heavily involved in that try. Linking up, good team play and good ball handling. Halifax with a short variation. Moriarty coming through. Sonny Nicol was the most aware player on the Saints side there. Took it well. And Fieldhouse comes in for the tackle. Now it's Perolini. 10 metres short of the halfway line. Saints with a 22-point cushion, and Halifax moving up quickly. Cooper onto Matatea, he couldn't take it. Schuster picks up the spoils. He gets the ball away. He'd no need to release that ball whatsoever. He could have took the tackle, but Sonny Nicol has it now. He drives in and Fieldhouse meets him, and Fieldhouse drags him to the floor. It was a good hard tackle, nothing in it. He's not penalised him, Darrell. I can see you gesticulating, but that was a good hard tackle. Golding chips it through. Alan Hunt's chasing. Richard Smith is as well. Hunt misses the tackle. Smith comes away, but Golding in there again.
Well, Saints are stepping it up a gear now. And they're going to do everything they can to keep Halifax down here by their own line. But Schuster, why with 6 tackles to go? Although you can realise it, there's less than 20 minutes to go. There's 22 points behind, and all Schuster's trying to do, keep it alive. And it's panic rugby. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And here's a bit more panic. Turner with a kick that nobody's going to follow. Nobody back to pick up. Mark Healy will run it back to halfway. Hagan looking round at the referee as the Saints supporters appeal for the penalty. The ball comes loose. Hagan picks it up for Halifax. Still the Saints supporters complain. Gillespie looking for the gap, gets over halfway, still trying to step out of the tackles. Trying to get up and play it quickly. Moriarty off the short ball, running strongly. Fieldhouse in support, he gets it to Turner. Turner looks, throws a long pass out to Jackson. It's not the best pass, Jackson does well to take it. Baldwin with the handoff, but the Saints defence there again. As Halifax still try to make a game of it. Southernwood brings Smith on the inside. Smith's looking for a gap. Up to within 2 or 3 metres of the Saints line. Can Halifax score? Southernwood, Hagan. Long pass, Schuster. Schuster puts it to ground, but it goes over the line. It'll be a scrum to St Helens, but Halifax willing to throw the ball about. And sometimes this season, when they've got to this stage and it's looked like panic rugby and they've thrown the ball about, they've actually looked quite impressive of Halifax. Of course, it all looks good when it's going the right way for you, Ronnie.
Yeah, it certainly does. You know about Schuster there letting the ball go and trying to force the issue. I mean, there's no real need to force the issue. I know, as you said, time's running out, 15 minutes remaining, but they could have consolidated a position there. They may have got points. Just about that incident just down here in front of us before, when Paul Loughlin lost possession, allegedly. Definitely, Bentley knocked it out of his hand. A clear knockout, but the touch judge didn't see it that way, neither did the referee. But Saints have the possession, and Darrell's laughing at me. The Saints have the possession. Chris Joynt running from acting half-back position, just penetrating the Halifax half. Golding now, chips it through to chase for Martin. Can he get a favourable bounce? Lovely ball there from Baldwin, turned inside. But Saints up quickly on the attack, and Golding leading the charge.
Smith trapped quickly, Rowley from acting half, finds a gap, makes 20 metres. That's a good break by Paul Rowley. Halifax try to salvage something from this match. They've only 23 minutes to do it. Kettridge to Southernwood, and I don't know how many times that's happened this afternoon. Royce Southernwood look round for somebody to pass to, and there's been nobody there. Jackson to Moriarty, throwing the dummy, but a good tackle. 5th tackle. Baldwin opts for the kick through the middle. It's all on the bounce. Baldwin's got it. It's round Prescott. Hagan in support. Hagan. There was an attempted tackle by Elliot on Mike Hagan. Well, St Helens standing back, I think, expecting the kick. Baldwin showing all the skills there from the centre position. He got the bounce away from Goulding. They've still a lot to do of Halifax, but it brings them a bit near. It cuts the lead again.
Gathered his own kick and passed it to Hagan, and Hagan went over. Yes, Saints laying off him a little there. But Schuster there, yes, with the 2 points. He brings Halifax back to 16 points. Saints still have the 32. And with 12 minutes remaining, I don't know whether you said before, with 23 minutes remaining, I said you should wish, shouldn't you? But, you never know, 12 minutes, and Saints kick off, Halifax in possession.
Jackson looking for support, nobody there. He's brought down just before Turner arrived to take the pass. Bentley to Moriarty. I don't think he'll thank him for that one. They were waiting for Moriarty. He throws a terrible pass out the back door. Schuster picks it up. Here goes Schuster again with the shimmy, the burst of speed. Schuster driving forward. Kettridge drives it up, gets one hand free to get the pass to Sutherwood. Sutherwood takes it over halfway. Goulding and Cunningham put him to ground. Goulding complains to the linesman. Long pass over the top. Gillespie loses it. Referee said it's gone backwards. Well, I've no complaints with that, Ronnie. Moriarty driving forward. Pace and strength from the big Welshman. The fifth tackle. Rowley looks to the short side. Egan this time passes it. Ball still moving. Still going. Will Halifax get 6 more? They have done. Goulding off the blocks. Gillespie throws the dummy, heads towards the post. Out to Sutherwood. Ball comes loose, but it'll be a knock on. Well, Tommy Martin had all the time in the world to pick that one up, but he's knocked it on. Well, it's had everything you could want, this game, Ronnie. It's had class, it's had style, it's had its good points and bad points, but it's also had the mistakes as well. Bentley from the back of the scrum slips his man, heads towards the corner. Halifax putting the pressure on again. They need to score 3 times. Bentley opts to go for the line again. Bentley is going into Matuatia with the head. Here we go. Sutherwood and Goulding. Well, the first punches, Bentley was the original winner by well, it looked to me by going in with the head on Matuatia. But what did Matuatia do to make Bentley go in with the head? And what did the referee see? Goulding and Sutherwood continued their own personal argument away from the main pack. Well, I seem to remember during the league match earlier in the season, Ronnie, there were a referee having a lot of trouble deciding who committed the offence. No hesitation from Holsworth. He's obviously seen something from Matuatia and Halifax captain John Bentley. And with 9 minutes on the clock, neither of them's going to play any part in this game. Goulding and Sutherwood's gone as well. Well, with 9 minutes to go, you've seen what happened when teams get down to 12 men, but when you're down to 11, there's a lot more room, a lot more space, and if you've got the fast men, you can soon exploit it. I think that's been brewing for quite a while, off that. Tempers have just been getting a bit overheated. Fieldhouse going in hard again. Every time St Helens player touches the ball and Fieldhouse goes in, St Helens players don't seem to like it.
He's played hard today, as John Fieldhouse, as you said, Harold, against one of his old teams. Cooper marched back another 10 metres. He complained that he couldn't play the ball. And Shane Cooper is the captain. He's questioning the decision, but John Holsworth has took exception to it. Halifax have the penalty. And according to that, we're going to finish sharply with 11 aside because 32 minutes gone. And the Saints faithful just showing a little bit of dissent, Darryl.
I don't know why the Saints supporters are complaining about that. He's a professional, he's a captain, and you open your mouth out of turn and you get penalised for it, and it's as simple as that. Kettridge obviously feeling the impact of that last tackle, but they're still going in hard. Rowley to Egan. Moriarty looking for the gap. Good tackle on Moriarty. Turner to Gillespie, looking for a way down the middle. Kettridge being led away by the physio. Egan to Fieldhouse back on the inside. Fieldhouse looked to release the ball, then Nicol just wrapping him up and putting him to ground. Rowley to Hagan, to Gillespie. Turner does well to take that one. Baldwin with the handoff, almost breaking through the 5th tackle. Smith puts the kick to nowhere. Cooper. Now there's a chance for Saints women over on this side. Joint gets it out to Loughlin. Loughlin inside to Elia. Elia pass one. Jackson does well to keep hold of him.
Yes, Saints weathered the storm once again. Time running out, 7 minutes remaining. Steve Prescott right in front of our commentary position here, taken down by Schuster and the hooker Rowley. Cooper now, Loughlin up centre field. Loughlin runs hard, turns it inside. Halifax man comes back. The touch judge on here, and Shane Cooper just does a forward roll. We was watching the action. Well, I was watching the action.
Shane Cooper might get his penalty now. He's got up and he's seen like.
Well, it looks that way, as though Saints are going to be awarded a penalty. Holdsworth bringing out somebody. Moriarty pointing. So no love lost there, and certainly they've. It's as you said, Darryl. It's had everything, hasn't it?
Well, as soon as the linesman came on there, Shane Cooper got up, said something to him, and Moriarty was pulled out. I don't know what went on, because as you say, we're watching the action. But next time Shane Cooper or Moriarty gets hold of the ball, watch out.
Yes, it will be deep joy, won't it? There'll be plenty of action. There's 5 minutes remaining. Shane Cooper being substituted there. Philby was coming on, Darryl. Tactical ploy, maybe.
Well, I think Eric Hill sat beside him and he made his opinions known. And I could hear it about Shane Cooper giving that penalty away for talking back at the referee. He's taking him off as much for his own safety or his own benefit before he gets himself into trouble.
Yes, maybe so. Tempers do get a little frayed, and Shane Cooper is certainly a competitor. Saints have the penalty. Tommy Martin is looking to add the extras. Leeds already through to the semi-finals of the Premiership. It certainly looks as though Saints are going to be joining them. And if the Pie Eaters win today and Castleford win today, it'll be the top 4. And you can bet your bottom dollar, Darryl, that we'll be on the telly next Friday night against Wigan. It'll be the Sky match.
You won't have to suffer it at Old Trafford. You'll have to go out gracefully next week at Central Park.
Well, that's your opinion, but I'm sure I've got something to say about that. There's only Saints going to stop Wigan's Grand Slam. We stopped it 2 years ago, 1993, when we won the Premiership trophy, and I'm sure we can do it again. We've met Wigan on numerous occasions this season. We've been unable to defeat them. We came close in the Cup, only the width of a goal post, and I'm sure we can give them a battle. But Beavers brought the ball cross field. Paul Loughlin.
If you do want to know how to beat Wigan, just watch Halifax's home game against them on the video.
Yeah, but what happened a few days later when you got stuffed out of sight? We'll not mention that, will we? Cunningham now, taken down by Rowley. In the dying minutes, 3 minutes remaining. Chris Joint runs out wide, nobody with him. Pushes the defence off. Schuster comes in for a second bite of the cherry. Hagan's there as well. Last tackle of the sequence. Tommy Martin now puts it high. Snow on that when it comes down. Alan Hook was in for it. Richard Smith comes up with it, Darryl.
3 minutes to go. It's too late for Halifax now, but Gillespie will drive it out. A good tackle by Saints. Tommy Martin, deservedly the man of the match this afternoon. The number 6. Tremendous in defence. Moriarty driving forward up towards halfway. I think he was looking round for Shane Cooper then. Well, Moriarty down on one knee, penalised for not playing it correctly. So Saints will probably get one last tilt in the remaining 2 minutes to increase on the score if they get down to the Halifax line. And Martin who puts them in a good attacking position.
Yes, less than 20 metres, or on the 20 metre line there virtually. Cunningham a restart. Perolini taking it easy, drives it up. 3 and 4 Halifax players forcing back. Right on the 20 metre line. As Donald said, maybe the last throw of the dice for the Saints. As Sonny Nicol bursts onto it there. Excellent team display by the Saints. 20 points to 6 at half time. And Halifax came out, Martin chipped it through, too much beef on that. But Halifax came out, it took them 11 minutes before Baldwin scored the try, put them within 10 points. But then Saints hit back with 2 superb team tries in the space of 2 minutes. Gave them a 32-10 lead. Hagan scored in the 27th minute after a lovely chip through by Baldwin. That's the score as it stands at present, 32-16, and we've actually got 40 minutes on the clock. Just playing in time added on for stoppages. Schuster has possession. Vivers goes over to close him down. He combines with Alan Hunt, and Schuster forced back.
Schuster trying to play the ball quickly, Vivers won't let him. Fieldhouse out to Smith, and then runs into him. Referee John Oldwood, I think, looked for a bit of an obstruction there. Allow play to continue. The 5th tackle on the halfway line. Turner to Hagan. Hagan, the chip over the top, as good as a press for Prescott, and Prescott could be on his way to his hat-trick. Well, Schuster slowed him down. Hagan made the tackle. Halifax out of the Premiership, again without a victory at Saints. But I think that half hour in the first half when Halifax didn't click into gear may have been their downfall this afternoon, Ronnie.
Well, they didn't compete at all, Darrell, did they? 30 minutes without a score until Schuster took control. And then